Dear students, I welcome all the students on behalf of Amity University, Noida, Uttar Pradesh, in the class of Soil Fertility Management. Today we are discussing important three topics: Arnon's criteria of essentiality of nutrients. Number two, we will discuss about agronomic practices. What are agronomic practices and good practices in agriculture? And number three, nitrogen fixing bacteria. So let us, before that we have completed soil fertility evaluation, soil fertility management, and these chapters are of the fourth module, that is nutrient management. So we will learn what are the Arnon's criteria of nutrients, how agronomic practices are implied, and what is the role of nitrogen fixing bacteria. So first, Arnon's criteria of essentiality of nutrients. There are 17 elements that have been considered essential for the development of crop, for the reproductive growth, vegetative growth, and life cycle of crops. Arnon and Stott in 1939 refined proposed a criteria, and it was refined by Arnon again in 1954. These criteria are: a deficiency of an essential nutrient make it possible for the plant to complete the reproductive stage of the life cycle. Such deficiency is specific to the element in question and can only be prevented or corrected by applying this element. The element is involved directly in the nutrition and metabolism of the plant. So these were the three criteria of Arnon's related to essentiality of nutrients. So the first was related to deficiency. Second was also deficiency. There is no toxicity or no higher levels. So we have studied deficiency in Arnon's criteria, that nutrients require essential nutrients to complete their reproductive or vegetative stage of their life stage, and when there is deficiency of any nutrients, then it is impossible for plant to complete the reproductive stage, and the deficiency of the nutrient can only be fulfilled or corrected by application of this element, of the element only, not the other elements. Other elements cannot replace the deficiency of a particular element. So the nutrient deficiency is a very specific. And the third is, these elements are involved in nutrition and metabolism of the plant. So we will study essential nutrients. What are essential nutrients? Essential nutrients are those nutrients which are important for the life cycle of plants to fulfill, to complete the life cycle successfully in plants. They have been divided into two categories. One is called macronutrients, another is group is called micronutrients. In macronutrients, we study about 8 elements, 9 elements. What are these 9 elements? CHO, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen; NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. These are 9 macronutrients. They require in large amount, and the micronutrients require in a small amount. These are the numbers. Total essential nutrients 17, 9 is macro, 8 is micro. Out of 9 macro, 6 are primary nutrients. These 6 primary nutrients also contain 3 basic nutrients like CHO, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So it is 6 besides NPK. The secondary nutrients are calcium, magnesium and sulfur. These are the numbers. You can see the names. Primary nutrients are 6 in numbers. They are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. The secondary are 3 in numbers: calcium, magnesium and sulfur. And the micronutrients are 8 in number: boron, manganese, copper, zinc, molybdenum chloride, iron and nickel. Nickel is the 17th element of the micronutrients, of the essential nutrients. All nutrients are essential for plant growth. Suppose nitrogen, they are important part of carbohydrates. You can see different combination of CHO, phosphorus and sulfur are important in the cell, in the cytoplasm, in the organs. They are necessary for amino acid productions and production of proteins. They are also essential for cell division and vegetative growth, especially the reproductive growth. They are integral part of chlorophyll. The green color is also due to nitrogen. They improves the quality of leafy vegetables, green vegetables. So they affect energy reaction in plants. The deficiency of nitrogen causing lower leaves to become yellow and dries. Tillering is poor in cereals due to deficiency of nitrogen. A stunted growth, dwarf, the growth is very slow. In case of cabbage, there is no formation of head. Head formation is absent in cabbage. There is V-shaped chlorosis on older leaves. Similarly, phosphorus, they are energy house. They have great role in energy storage and transfer of ATP and ADP. So it is also called as energy currency. They are essential constituent of nucleic acid, phytin, phospholipids. They are involved in photosynthesis, respiration, cell division and enlargement. They promote root formation and growth. They improve quality of fruits, vegetables and grains. They are vital for seed formation. Excess of phosphorus can cause deficiency of certain micronutrients like zinc and iron. Zinc and iron deficiency has been reported when there is excess of phosphorus. The deficiency of phosphorus appears on the older leaves. Deficiency show dark green color in leaves, red purple coloration on the leaves due to synthesis of anthocyanin, development of lateral buds. Similarly, potassium, they are important for the plant physiology like stomata regulation, water use efficiency, disease resistance, translocation of ions, salts and sugars, enzyme activity. They improve the quality of seeds and fruits. They improve the winter hardiness. Potassium ion also reduce the transpiration rate and increase photosynthetic rate. The deficiency of potassium cause a scorching or burning of margin of older leaves, weakening of astra in grain crops, reduction in turgidity of cells, spots of dead tissue at tips, keeping quality of fruits and vegetables is reduced. Now we will discuss about agronomic practices. Agronomic practices are the techniques. You can see different techniques. A diversity of techniques is adopted. To adopt any agronomical practices, we need to become aware about the species, about the genus and species, not only about the genus and species, but its complete profile of the plant. We should know, only then we can apply good agronomic practices. Suppose we have taken a pigeon pea or arhar or a pulse crop as a test crop to study the agronomic practices. So the chickpea is commonly known as, what is introduction? We must know the details about the crop, and the details about chickpea is, it is also called red gram or arhar. It is rich source of protein. It is required by vegetarian population of the country. It is also rich source of iron and iodine. The main area is Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. The productivity, Bihar is producing 1115 kg per hectare, which is highest among the states. There is great nutritional value. Some fat content is also there, 1.5 gram. Sodium is 17 milligram. Potassium is highest. Potassium is 1 gram, more than 1 gram. 1.3 gram. Total carbohydrate 63 gram. Dietary fiber 15 gram. Protein is 22 gram. So the highest amount is protein. So it is very important for our health. Its botanical name is Cajanus cajan. The family is Fabaceae. Chromosome number 2n is equal to 22. They have originated in eastern part of peninsular India. So the germination temperature, they have different climatic requirement. They are grown in mostly in tropical region. So their germination temperature requirement is 30 over 30 degrees Celsius, 30 to 35. After germination, they require quite cool climate like 20 to 25 degree for their vegetative growth or reproductive growth. However, they require low temperature, cold climate for flowering and pod setting that require only 15 to 18 degrees Celsius. Meanwhile, it is a long duration crop, and at maturity it needs a higher temperature of 35 to 40 degrees Celsius for maturity. Cloudy weather and excessive rainfall at flowering stage can damage the crop to a great extent. Soil requirement is loam soil. It may be sandy loam to clay loam soil. The soil should be deep. They should be black cotton soils is also important. Of Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra are good soil. It requires neutral pH or pH around 7. Different varieties, popular varieties are Prabhat, Pant A3, UPAS 120, CO1, CO2. CO1 and CO2 have been produced from mutations from Tamil Nadu. UPAS produced from western Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab, Delhi region, and Pant A3 produced from Pantnagar. It is popular in western Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab, Delhi, and Rajasthan. And Prabhat is popular in western Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab, Delhi, and Rajasthan. So a lot of information are required for agronomic practices. These are called agronomic practices like land preparation. Deep ploughing is done. Arhar or pigeon pea is deep rooted crops. So when a deep rooted crops is there, we must need deep ploughing. Well pulverized field which is free from weeds and clods. Time of sowing is the June because the germination temperature is 25 to 30 degrees Celsius, so we can't sow it in the winter season. Source of seed: we obtain nucleus seed, breeder seed, and foundation seeds from the source approved by certifying agencies. Method of sowing: sowing is done either with seed drill machine or by plough in furrows. The depth of the seeding is 5 cm. The row to row spacing of pigeon pea is 60 to 75 cm, and the plant to plant distance is only 25 cm. Seed rate is 12 to 15 kg per hectare. Seed treatment is also done with Babistin or Thyram at the rate of 3 gram per kg before sowing of the seeds. Fertilizer management: for good yield, FYM is applied 10 tons per hectare, which is followed by 25 kg nitrogen and 50 kg phosphorus. The fertilizer is drilled at the time of sowing so that it will be placed at 10 to 15 cm deep in the soil and also to the side of the seed. So fertilizer is applied through placement method deep into the soil. Water management: water light irrigation is required. After germination, we irrigate 2 times, one at 40 to 50 days after sowing, another at 75 days or first flowering, and the second at pod filling stage of the crop. For weeds management, 2 hand weeding exercise is done, selecting or weeding through hands, one weeding in 1 month, another weeding in the second month. When the hand weeding is not possible, we can also apply chemicals like Besaline at the rate of 1 liter per hectare to control the weeds. Disease control: we also control Fusarium oxyosporium. It causes damping of disease, very dangerous disease. So we control it. We control Best control is to plant to grow resistant varieties like Amar, Azad, Asa. These are disease resistant, damping of disease resistant variety of the chickpea of Arhar. A stem rot. A stem rot is caused by Phytophthora drascleri. They can be controlled by planting resistant varieties. There should be good drainage practices, and then pest control. Pest mean insects. We can spray Indosulfan or monocrotophos per hectare. in 1000 liter of water. One term is called rogging. Rogging is removing of weeds from the field. We can remove the plants which are poor, which are disease conditions, so they are removed. They are called objectionable weed plants. Chickpea is also grown with intercrop. Intercrop, the crops are selected for intercropping is soya bean, maize, minor millets, sorghum. These are sown. These are popular. You can see if the photographs of pigeon pea plus maize. This is maize and this is pigeon pea, and this is pigeon pea and this is soybean. So soybean and maize are intercropping done. Harvesting, when the seed is matured, they are harvested. The harvested materials are left in the field for drying, and after drying, threshing is done with the thresher. Moisture percent is up to 10%. Seed yield is 20 to 25 kg per hectare. Hybrid seed production, different requirement is given below. Germination 30 to 35 degrees C, flowering and pod setting 15 to 18 degrees C, and harvesting 35 to 40 degrees Celsius. Soil sandy loam to clayey loam. Variety Prabhat CO1 and CO2. Land preparation, deep plowing followed by harrowing to control the weeds, and the field should be prepared nicely. Time of sowing is the first week of June, as it requires higher temperature for germination. Some research stations are IIPR, Indian Institute of Pulse Research, located at Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. NPRC, National Pulse Research Center, it is at Tamil Nadu. Now we will discuss about nitrogen fixation. We will study nitrogen fixing bacteria. Different bacteria are there. Nitrogen is trivalent, so they are inert gas. Because of trivalent, they are not active, so they are called inert gas. However, they require for amino acid formation, and plants require them in ammonium form or nitrate form. In water condition, it is required in ammonium form. In dry condition, they require in nitrate form. There are three types of nitrogen fixation. You can see three processes responsible for nitrogen fixation: atmospheric fixation, when it is thundering, biological fixation, and industrial fixation. Industrial fixation, we see the temperature is 600 degrees Celsius, and hydrogen derived from natural gas can be combined with nitrogen to form ammonia. Ammonia can be used directly as fertilizer, but most of it is processed as urea or ammonium nitrate. Nitrogen fixation process, the method is called Haber-Bosch method, in which atmospheric pressure is maintained 100 to 200 atmosphere, temperature is maintained 400 to 500 degrees Celsius, and 8000 kilocalorie per kg nitrogen it can be prepared. The enzyme is nitrogenase. They are required up to 4,000 kilocalorie per kg of nitrogen. So there is big costly approach for industrial preparations. So property of dinitrogen gas, how it makes inert. The dinitrogen gas or two nitrogen atoms are connected by triple bond. To break the triple bond, it required 942 kg kilojoule energy. Breaking pi bond require 540 kilojoule per mole. Very weak base, no interaction with even strong acids, non-polar in nature, so are inactive. This is the other property of nitrogen gas. They have ionization potential higher, 14.3, more than a carbon and oxygen. They have electron affinity lower than carbon and oxygen, and they have solubility also lower than oxygen. Now biological nitrogen fixation. The enzyme is called nitrogenase. They are present in soil bacteria, root nodules, algae. The enzyme also contain molybdenum and iron to support the biological nitrogen fixation. The limitation of nitrogenase enzyme is they work in oxygen-free environments. If there is oxygen, then they are very sensitive and they may not able to work. So the biological fixation is carried out by different type of microorganisms. One is called symbiotic microorganisms of legumes. Examples are soybean, alfalfa plants. Some are called symbiotic relationship with other than legumes, like elder crops. Some are nitrogen fixing bacteria, which is called free living nitrogen fixing bacteria. They are Azotobacter and their groups Klebsiella bizarrinkia. Nitrogen fixation by cyanobacteria, blue-green algae, has also been recorded. So the biological fixation require a set of enzymes and huge amount of ATP energy. Although the first stable product of the process is ammonia, this is quickly incorporated into protein and other organic nitrogen compounds. Scientists have estimated that biological fixation globally add about 140 million metric tons of nitrogen. So there is great transformation of nitrogen gas into the soil. These are the nitrogen fixing organisms. Free living aerobic bacteria, Azotobacter, Bijerincia, Klebsiella, Cyanobacteria. Free living anaerobic bacteria are Clostridium, D-sulfovibrio, purple sulfur bacteria, purple non-sulfur bacteria, green sulfur bacteria. Now symbiosis is the main mechanism that is in Rhizobium and Frankia. Azoospermillum. Free living associative bacteria are called Azoospermillum. Some nitrogen fixing organisms are given here like Azotobacter species, Klebsiella, Bijerincia, Bacillus, Mycobacterium, Azoospermillum, Citrobacter. They are given. Nitrogenase and its genetics. There are different genes. They help in different function like in reduction, NIFH, dinitrogenase enzymes are there. They help in regulation activation of other genes like NIF and FIX genes. Iron and molybdenum cofactor biosynthesis. Iron and molybdenum cofactor biosynthesis. It is NIFEN genes. Many are unknown genes also. Some are regulatory two-component sensor. So types of biological nitrogen fixation already told. Free living bacteria, they are cyanobacteria or azotobacter. Associative, there are rhizosphere, azospirillum, lichen or cyanobacteria, leaf nodules, they are called associative. Symbiotic bacteria, legum, rhizobia and frankia, they are symbiotic rhizobia. Free living nitrogen fixation. Energy requirement is 20 to 120 gram carbon used to fix 1 gram nitrogen. Combined nitrogen NIF genes are regulated, inhibited at low ammonium and nitrate level 1 microgram per gram soil in 300 micromole. Oxygen avoidance. We should avoid oxygen because nitrogenase activity is active in free oxygen free environment. Nitrogen fixation. Associative nitrogen fixation is carried out by azospirillum or acetobacter. They also contribute to population of 1 to 10%. Phototropic nitrogen fixing associations like lichens, moss, liverwort, Azolla enabina, nostoc, Cycas nostoc. These can form association in the roots of gymnosperms and they cause nitrogen fixation. Legum rhizobia symbiosis, this is very popular. The subfamily is Caesalpinidae, Mimosodia, Papilionodia. There are about 700 genera and 20,000 species of legumes. Only 15% of the species have been evaluated for nodulation. Rhizobium are gram-shaped, negative gram, rod-shaped bacteria. They are mostly studied for symbiotic nitrogen fixing bacteria. Now subdivided into several genera. Most genus, most genes known that are involved in modulation. You can see different genes are NOD, NOL, NOE. These genes are help in nodulation. These are the photographs of root nodule formation. These are root hairs. These root hairs are developing due to rhizobia. An infection thread is formed through which bacteria enters root cells. There is infection and the bacteria enters into the cell and then bacteria change into bacteroids. Packets root cells enlarge. Enlarged root cells form a nodule. This is in large root cells after infection. So this is the a schematic diagram of nodulation in legumes. The infection process is called very important. How rhizobia infect the plant. Attachment of first they attach root hair curling, localized cell wall degradation, infection thread is formation, cortical cell differentiation, rhizobia released into cytoplasm, bacterioid differentiation, symbiosome formation, induction of nodulins. So all these process cause the infection process for completion. So nitrogenase is the main activity of nitrogen fixation. This is the main enzyme. They are composed of two subunits. One is called iron sulfur protein and another is molybdenum iron sulfur protein. Aerobic organisms face a special challenge in nitrogen fixation because nitrogenase is inactivated when there is oxygen reaction. These are the photographs of different steps of energy transformation is there. Nitrogenase enzyme activity. This is enzyme dinitrogenase reductase. Dinitrogenase. Now we are open for discussion.